There was a man and woman who had two children, called Marek and Jana. One night the woman told her husband, "There is nothing left to eat. I can no longer feed our children. Tomorrow you must take them and lose them in the woods. Surely someone will find them and take care of them." Marek was not asleep. He heard everything and saw his mother crying. In the morning the father said, "Get ready, children, we are going to get some firewood." Before they left, Marek found a few dry corn cobs in the house and hid them under his shed. On the way through the woods, Marek began to drop the corn deep in the forest. The father said, "Wait here, I will look for wood nearby," and he went away. Marek and Jana waited for hours. "I don't think father is coming," Marek said to his sister. "But don't worry, I can find our way back home." Marek tried to follow his trail, but birds had eaten the corn. It was getting dark. The children walked through the woods until they came to a rock cliff. From there they saw a light on the far side of the valley. They headed towards the light and came to a small road that led them to a house. The children knocked on the door. An old woman opened it and told them to come in. Inside there was a small girl the same age as Marek and Jana. She brought dinner to the table. When Marek looked at his food, there seemed to be a finger sticking out of it. "Don't eat it," he warned Jana. The children excused themselves, climbed up to the attic and went to sleep. And the old woman, who was a witch, had a plan. After the children left the table, she told Blanca, her servant child, "More for the pot. What a good stew they will make. Before the sun comes up, wake me, and I will kill them." The witch went to bed, but poor Blanca began to wonder just how safe she was from day to day. How could she save these children and save herself too? Maybe the magic she learned from spying on the witch could help them all escape. When the witch was sound asleep, Blanca climbed into the attic. "Wake up," she whispered to Marek and Jana. "The witch is going to cook you. You must get away from here." The children crept downstairs. Blanca spat on the door, and then all three children ran out. The noise of the door closing woke up the witch. "Is it morning yet?" she called, and the spit on the door answered, "Not yet. You can still sleep. I'll make a cooking fire." The witch went back to sleep, but in a while she woke up again. "Is the fire ready yet?" Again the spit answered, "The wood was damp. Go to sleep." Then the sun came up. The witch jumped up and yelled, "You lazy bones, where are you?" This time there was no answer. Because the sun had dried up the spit on the door, the witch saw there was no fire, and all the children were gone. She went out and sniffed around until she smelled which way they had gone. Then she set off after them. The children reached the cliff and found a cave under it, just wide enough to crawl into. They slid in there and hid. Soon the witch found them. She tried to squeeze in to grab them, but she couldn't. "Never mind," the witch thought. "They'll get hungry in a few days." She waited on the rock cliff, but by and by she fell asleep. The children heard her snoring. They crept up behind behind the witch, and gave her a hard push. The witch rolled down the cliff, broke her bones, and died. Marek and Jana found their house, and Blanca returned to her own home and was welcomed by her family. This reminds me of another story about kids who are lost and comes to the house of a cannibal woman, said Lily. These kids ran far away from home, so they didn't need corn to mark their way back. What happened to them? Asked Jake. I will tell you, said Lily.